Okay, this video is for all you naval history geeks out there. The Battle of Flamborough Head in the American Revolutionary War. The battle was between the American forces under Captain John Paul Jones and the British forces under Captain Pearson. And the battle was between the two, but they only had a couple ships, so it wasn't a clash of navies, so to speak. But it was there were about 5 ships involved in the fighting. John Paul Jones had 3: the Alliance, the Pallas, and then of course his main ship, the Bonhomme Richard. So the Bonhomme Richard under John Paul Jones, and that's his main ship. The Serapis was Captain Pearson's flagship or main ship, and he had another as well there. And so the two sides clashed, and actually Flamborough Head, if you want to know where Flamborough Head is, and unless you live in northern England or, you know, near Flamborough Head, you probably don't know where Flamborough Head is. And I didn't until I found this out. Flamborough Head is actually on the coast of England. So this was, unlike other battles in the American Revolution, this battle was actually fought near English soil. So that was something interesting I found out. Also, we tend to, in our American-centric view of history, tend to think of the Battle of Flamborough Head as a main American victory. Actually, it was not that until the latter part of the battle. In fact, the Bonhomme Richard got pretty banged up, and in fact, John Paul Jones actually had to abandon his sinking ship, the Bonhomme Richard, throughout the battle. So, despite what was thought earlier, the Battle of Flamborough Head was actually very costly for the Americans, as they lost one of their great ships. But it was more costly for the British because they lost both of theirs. So, in general, it was an American victory, and John Paul Jones, who I'm gonna pull a picture up here of him. Here's a picture of John Paul Jones. He was very persistent commander, and even when his ship was crumbling around him, he continued the fight, and which eventually won the Battle of Flamborough Head. So the Battle of Flamborough Head was the main sea battle in the American Revolution, and an American victory. So this is John Paul Jones and the Battle of the Flamborough Head. The main importance of the battle was actually that with control of the seas, England was nothing, and this battle was beginning to make the English a little nervous about their commerce and their transportation of soldiers across the Atlantic Ocean, because with the Americans in control of the Atlantic Ocean, the war would not be won at all. And although the Battle of Flamborough Head did not exactly give the Americans control of the Atlantic Ocean, it did give a little blow to the English Navy, and it kept the English on their toes for the rest of the war.